Hello, this is Phil Thomas from New Era Systems. This could very well have been a tale of disaster, but through the help of a company that I know up in Melbourne, we managed to pull the eggs out of the fire. Now, we originally purchased an AVL antenna 1.8 meter from a company in California. We had never inspected it. In some cases we can't, but we were assured that it was in pretty good working condition. So it was certainly well packed, as you can see, when it came to us. But then when we opened it up, we found a host of problems. The first problem was that when they had dismantled it, they had just cut the cables, and they had cut them so short that there was no possibility of reattaching them. The next problem was that the gearbox seemed to be frozen. The elevation gearbox, we could move it just a couple of degrees up, but that was all. Then it would just freeze solid. So we were talking to AVL about this, and it appeared that the cost of a new gearbox would run about $6,000 to $8,000, which was far more than the antenna could really stand based on how much we'd paid for it. So we were looking around trying to figure out what to do, and the awkward thing was that a customer had already committed. They'd already sent us the money, and they were sitting patiently waiting for it to arrive. Well, I was talking this over with a friend, Roland, who owns a company called ComLabs in Melbourne, and he said, we're authorized AVL repairmen. So if you bring it up here, I'll set my guys to work and see what we can do for you. It took a little while because the damage was quite extensive, and I wasn't sure whether or not it was really going to come out in one piece. But anyway, I heard a couple of days ago that Roland and his boys had finished the work and that I should go to Melbourne to inspect it. So the second half of this video shows the inspection in Melbourne. This is Phil Thomas. I'm in Melbourne today at ComLabs. They are repairing and refurbishing an AVL 1.8 meter antenna. And there's the antenna all ready for me to look at. What are you going to do this morning? What are you going to show me?
Well, just as a demonstration, we'll go ahead and power it on, and we'll set it to acquire our satellite, and we'll lock onto that satellite and just verify its operation in that manner. And if you have any questions, we can answer them along the way, and if you need to see anything else, we can do that also. So right now it's going to come up to its elevation. It'll set its polarizer for the satellite that we're targeting, and then it'll calculate its targeting solution and move to that satellite.
The motors operate extremely well on this. So if you look at these motors and listen to them, they're very smooth.
Good, good.
They're nice and quiet, very smooth.
So now it's going to scan that azimuth and look for a peak signal coming down. And when it finds that peak, after it completes its scan, it'll move back to the peak and lock in. Elevation should be real world look angle.
Yeah, it looks like it is. It's in the network.
Okay, this is your own private network?
Yeah, this is on our Evolution series on AMC 21. I don't know if you want to take any pictures of the front panel of that thing as it's...
Yeah, I think so. That would be a good idea. In strong sunlight here in Melbourne. A little difficult to see the screen. It is going into automatic stow.